Hi guys, welcome back. And here we go again. Extreme fear. I mean, no surprise, but that is what it says right now on the CoinMarketCap. We are at extreme fear levels. I'm probably going to stop looking at it again, the fact that it's at extreme fear levels, because even though this is bad, we had a really, really bad crypto crash yesterday, February 5th, Thursday, 2026. Literally out of nowhere. I mean, I think at this point, I shouldn't be too surprised anymore just because, I mean, silver and gold were already dropping, and it's not like the stock market is going uppity up every single day. Shouldn't be too shocked, I guess, that we had this crazy Bitcoin crash. But it is still upsetting. Honestly, I'm still in. At the end of the day, you just have to zoom out. And that's what I've been telling myself since 2020. I don't know how it must be harder for people who are, by the way, everything I say here is entertainment purposes only, never financial advice. And this isn't like some random cloud. It's just my humidifier because it's so dry. Um, but yeah, like it's probably harder if you just got into crypto, honestly. But since I've already been in it for 2 cycles now, if you count, I guess 2025 as the second cycle. So guess I've seen it, watched it for like, oh, wait, no, 2019 to now, like almost 8 years. I feel like now watching it, not like trading like crazy for the full 8 years, but watching it for like 8 years now and really trading it like crazy for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm just kind of numb. I was telling my other friends this like over the years, not just yesterday, but you don't really feel anything anymore. It's just like, okay, this is bad, but like remember last year when pretty much crypto dropped real bad around tax season, April 2025, and then everyone was like, it's over, it's over, it's over. Bounce right back. Bounce right back. No, we did not hit new all-time high for Bitcoin or Ethereum since like the earlier part of 2025. But if you bought in April when everything kind of crashed as well, I didn't check if it was extreme fear at the time. I'm assuming it was, or clearly in the red zone. But if you bought in like April and you bought the dip, you would have made so much money anyways, literally within like 3 month span. So the way I see it is crashes are opportunity. I bought the dip, but I've been buying the dip, unfortunately. So yes, I bought the dip yesterday, but I also been buying the dip multiple times. Therefore, unfortunately, I wish I could time the market. Obviously, no one can. No one can see the very, very bottom. And even though today we kind of recovered, because I think, let's see here. I'm pretty sure Bitcoin, while I was working, I was told, because when I like left for work in the morning, I was like, oh, I don't want to look at it. It was like 63, 64. Then I heard someone say that it went basically to around 60 grand. I don't know on what app. But apparently it went to like around 60,000. But if you bought the dip at 60,000, like one whole Bitcoin, it's already at 71,000 right now. Could this be like a dead cat bounce and then eventually it's going to crash again? Seen it before as well. So again, even though I bought the dip yesterday, I won't be shocked if it dips more. That's why I just kind of want to save, at least the way I see it is when you're freaking out in moments like this, you just have to figure out if you're for it or not for it. And that's just kind of always been how I've lived with crypto. It's just like you can't freak out every time something drops like crazy. You just have to be like, is this going to be a long-term thing that I'm going to handle all these crazy dips, or am I just going to freak out right now and believe that it's not going anywhere? Like there are people right now saying that Bitcoin is going down to 30,000. And there's people saying it's going to go down to zero. I mean, there's always people saying that Bitcoin is going to go down to zero and all the crypto. And of course, people joke about that for Doge all the time. So, and I've just made my choice. I think you just have to really have a high conviction on what you're doing. You might have a high conviction and you could be wrong still. Don't get me wrong on that. I'm not saying just because you have a high conviction, you're not going to be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times. But at the end of the day, I feel like how I was able to like hold crypto for this many years is just I chose my path. I believe that eventually things are still going to move upwards. And it's like being in it for all these years. My first coin ever bought was like ETH and XRP. Yes. It was 2019. So all the way till now, watching the charts, even though I'm not one of those people that do technical analysis and I watch the charts every single day. But the way I see it is just the short span of 2019 to now. That's like less than 8 years. I've seen it go up and down, round and round so many times, and, like, just how you'll see a bunch of YouTubers, including myself, making videos about it. You'll see people on the news be invited to talk about it, and no one knows anything. There's always gonna be people that are right because they got lucky that time, and if you look back at enough interviews, they're wrong a bunch of times as well. So, like, literally no one truly knows anything. I mean, unless you're a whale and you're connected to people with political power and the power to change rules about crypto in America, and then that's different. Okay. Then that's called insider news. So that is, unless you are one of those people that are rich enough, powerful enough to like literally change the rules, the most of us just you kind of have to hope for the best because you don't have that information and you don't know if things are going to go well down the line. And at the end of the day, I feel like even if you think you have insider information, you still might be wrong because there's just so many different players in crypto that it's like politics too. There's always going to be like the left and the right. So the way I see it is there are lots of wealthy people that are totally for crypto and then there are wealthy people that are against crypto, right? Because obviously if you the way I see it is okay, for example, if I have a bank and then there's crypto, the banking people that want you to put your cash or US dollars in the bank, they're probably not that happy that, you know, there's Coinbase and the possibility of maybe 20, 30 years from now, people just not really holding as many US dollars as they would Bitcoin or maybe Ethereum or who knows, maybe even Dogecoin or any other coin, or maybe just USDC and then earning some type of an interest. So, and then therefore the banks are making less interest, right? Because right now the banks make so much money. Like I would keep most of American banks, your checking account. Let's say if you don't have $1,500, and obviously there's like a if you don't have $1,500 in it, then there's like a maintenance fee that you have to pay. It could be like $25. In some countries, I heard it's higher than that if you don't have like their bare minimum. And a lot of countries I heard it's not even 1,500. It's like way higher than that. There's like $5,000 accounts, like minimum balance if you don't want like a maintenance fee for making transactions. So like banks are always making money and there's just different sides to things. Um, and there's lots of wealthy people that are for crypto, lots of wealthy people that are anti-crypto. And I don't know. I'm just team. I think the wealthy folks who are already invested deeply into crypto are not going to back down. And I feel like they're just going to be the winning side. And beyond that, that's not the only reason why I feel like that's just one of the reasons I feel like I've been choosing to just keep buying crypto. Also just kind of like hold on to crypto as like a swing trade because it's not like I buy everything and I've been diamond. I would kind of wish I did. I didn't buy everything in 2019 when I started and then just diamond hand everything and never sold a single coin. But now looking back, if I did do that, I'd be a lot richer. Anyways, so overall, I've been trading it, swing trading it, and then also diamond handing certain positions because at the end of the day, I chose like my ultimate conviction on it is still that it's going to go upwards even though there's gonna be lots of dips and swings, just like everything else too. Like, yeah, Bitcoin drops like crazy, and it recently went down to around 60,000, and today we're at 71,000, literally within like a span of 48 hours, probably less than that, right? And it's not like honestly, like Nvidia and Tesla, Apple stocks, if you look at the charts in like the last even 15 years, it's also insane. It's not like anything really just goes up, up, up. Also, gold doesn't just go up, up, up. Silver doesn't just go up. And the crashes lately, honestly, though, I will say that 2026 is very strange because everything just seems to be happening really, really quickly. Like silver just shot up out of nowhere. Like, no one was talking about silver. No one was talking about silver in 2023. No one talked about it in 2024 to the extent that they started to talk about it recently, right? Or the end of 2025 to literally 2026 January. It blew up really quickly, like just out of nowhere to 120 something, right? 120 something. And then I heard recently it crashed like down to low 70s, right? I think it was low 70s like this week or something. So anyways, it's not like I invest in silver. So uh gold is also down a lot. And it's just kind of funny to me that like why are all these crazy crashes happening? And there's lots of theories on the internet. So lots of people are saying that it's because Jerome Powell is stepping down. I don't know if there's a way for that to like also be a shocker and that somehow he's still sticking around, but my understanding from the news is that he's supposed to be done in May, like his term is done, and then Kevin Warsh is Trump's new Fed chair dude that he's going to be, well, he already nominated, right? And then now I think the Senate just needs to pass him. I don't know if there's any way that that could be stopped, or maybe someone else is going to pop in if it gets denied, or if that's even a thing. I honestly don't understand like any of that. But yeah, right now a lot of people on the internet are saying that all these crashes lately are also happening, including Bitcoin, because Kevin Warsh is the type of person that would most likely be dropping interest rates, which is what Trump wants. So dropping interest rates, then you would think like that would mean stocks go up, up, up. And that's what I would think automatically too, because back in like pandemic era in like 2020, 2021, and they were dropping interest rates to like pretty much nothing. Um, Around that time, stocks just went up like crazy. But then they were also literally printing money. Like they were printing money, like so many people just had so much money given to them because of like losing their jobs, or maybe like businesses closing down and all this stuff during the pandemic. So it's just like crazy amount of um money printing at the time. Maybe all that combined is obviously makes sense why the stock market would go up. And people are saying about this Kevin Warsh, I hope I'm saying his last name right. Kevin Warsh, that he, even though he is for decreasing the interest rates, he is actually not for printing money. So there's a lot of speculation out there that because he's not going to be printing money, we're going to have deflation. And if we have deflation, then prices of things are going to be dropping. And also, if you think about it, one of the main arguments about Bitcoin and like the whole point when Bitcoin first started is that people want their own governance of what holds value, because of the fact that the American government prints so much money and it devalues your cash. So because of inflation and then your cash being devalued, it made Bitcoin look good. That's one of the main arguments. I also just think it's better to have Bitcoin because everything's just kind of out in the open. It's just more truthful. That's a whole other thing. But basically that was one of the arguments. And now people are saying, oh, it's dropping because there's going to be deflation and they're going to stop the money printer. And that kind of renders crypto like not as valuable as we once thought it was. So I feel like that argument is pretty valid. However, I still disagree that that means Bitcoin is just going to go down to nothing, because if this whole crash is actually based on the Fed chair changing and then them maybe stopping the money printer, we can also know that for a fact in America, the presidents change. Okay. It's always going to keep on changing. And whether it's the Republican or like whether it's left or right, it doesn't, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So who's the president afterwards? Um, That's a deciding factor. What they're for. Are they going to be for crypto? Are they going to be against crypto? And I think when Trump, right before he was elected, a lot of people thought that, he's going to be fully deep into crypto. And honestly, like he made it seem that way because he made his own coin and all that. Um, I don't think that that was really the case, at least first year after watching like Trump. I don't think that that actually went through. Like he's not so much for crypto as maybe a lot of people on the internet portrayed it to be. Although he's not done in the office yet, right? So maybe he'll do something that's very pro crypto and Binance and Coinbase will be really happy about it later. So far, man, I think there's still so much like laws and regulations. I think that's why like Brian Armstrong recently went on interviews and just there's still that fight for like everybody that is deep into crypto and all these like crypto brokerages. Is that what you call them? Um, kind of fighting to get more laws and regulations in place so they don't break any rules. Like they just want clear guidelines and it's still not that clear. And I think at the end of the day, if people are thinking that it's just because there's a new Fed chair and then that means crypto is going to crash, we can also see it as, but that Fed chair can also be swapped out in the future by somebody else. And then when we have another sitting president, maybe they'll be entirely anti-crypto, or they could be way more for crypto than Trump even is right now. So there's all of these moving parts. And I just feel like that's why I can't say crypto is over. And that those arguments for crypto being over because of one person being in the Fed chair having changed just doesn't really make sense to me. That's not a good enough argument. So there's that. Also wanted to talk about GameStop. A little disappointed. A little disappointed in GameStop because my last video I was talking to you guys about how I was so excited to see what's it called? Not what's it called? Ryan Cohen was supposed to go on and do an interview. I think was it this Monday that just passed, right? This Monday that just passed, he was supposed to go on an interview. I don't know on what news channel, but he was supposed to go on an interview and then talk about, I think, the future of this major, possibly 10x acquisition. And then it just got canceled. So I don't know if he's going to kind of have a chat again in the future and what's happening to the stock now, because right now it's just kind of like here. GameStop is just holding at around 24-ish, under $25. And who knows, maybe if he actually went out and did the interview, depending on what he says, it might be good or really, really bad. I still believe I am for what they are doing. I like GameStop more now than I did in 2021 when I was buying. So I just think everything that this company is doing right now seems a lot better than in 2021. And again, that's also why I feel like you just don't know what could happen. And in 2021, well, it was considered such a meme stock with AMC, GME. So it like blew up so quickly at the time and also dropped really quickly. And I remember, even though it like kind of moved up super quick and then dropped, everyone on the news, like right after it dropped, February and around March, there was a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, that was such a joke. Like, sorry for anybody who bought it, but it's not really going to go up anymore." I still remember that. And I bought into that hearing on the news. Again, like just all the fear mongering. There's always going to be fear mongering on the news. And there's just anytime something falls, people that were always against it in the beginning and didn't really hold your stocks or your crypto would be like, haha, like I knew that was going to happen. And like, you know, say all these negative things about it. And that also occurred back then with like GameStop and AMC. Then guess what? Literally like I think 2 or 3 months after it went up and then they stopped our buy buttons, everything dropped. Then it came back up again. It had like another like mini moonshot moment. So you just really don't know what can happen. I was saying on my last video that I really feel like February and March, crypto's got to go up, meaning Bitcoin should break over 100K if things are going to look good, because otherwise I just think everything is going to go down, down, down until like through April as well. Because I don't know, I just don't feel like April is usually good. April was definitely not good last year. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Hopefully the cycle is completely broken and maybe February, the beginning of February is bad and then we just keep rising up till April. If I had to make a guess though, I don't think we're just going to go straight one line up from 71,000 right now for Bitcoin. to any new all-time highs. There's definitely going to be more dips. But again, not financial advice. I am just trying to save up more cash so then I can buy more dips. I always said I don't have a whole Bitcoin. I would love to eventually get to a whole Bitcoin or maybe more. And this might just be the opportunity. What I like, I think, or maybe I'm just crazy now because I've been like invested for so long. But the way I see crypto now is that after a while, you just don't, I'm just numb by it, right? Like when you watch your portfolio drop for that many years, this intensely, like to me, 120K, what was that like all-time high for Bitcoin, for example, down to now or yesterday, 60,000. That's like what, a 50% swing? Come on, that's not even that bad. If you're in Dogecoin, which I am more deeper in Dogecoin than I ever was for Bitcoin. If you experience Dogecoin being 0.003 cents and then it goes to 75 cents and then it drops down to like, what was it in 2024? I think in 2024, either summer or winter time, it was the worst. It was like 5 or 6 cents or something. I think the worst was around 5 or 6 cents. I don't think we ever actually hit 4 cents, unless if my memory is wrong, correct me. But yeah, once you've seen those drops where like 90% is gone, these these I call minor swings. Like it is a crash. It's still terrible. You're gonna still see that on the headline, right? Silver crash 50%, or like, you know, gold crash so much, or Bitcoin crash. It's still a crash. Fully give you guys that. But it just doesn't, you just, at least I think I'm just numb to it. Like I don't really care as much. I couldn't even cry at this point. Like after I've already experienced losing so much money, or like watching I call it paper money because it's not real till you cash out anyways. Um After watching it kind of move that much, I'm like, oh well, it's just another day, just another day. I do wish that I cashed out though. I do wish that I cashed out for all the coins at the top, but it's just not possible. It's just not possible to know, like, what is that? I don't know who said this. Somebody said this and everyone repeats this in the market. It's, what is the saying? The saying is, the person that bought at the lowest and sold at the highest is a liar, because that never happened. I think that's a saying. I think that's a saying. Or they're just like the luckiest person ever, like a lottery winner. And Charlie Munger famously stated that if you cannot emotionally or financially handle a 50% decline in your investment portfolio, although let's make it clear, Charlie Munger was not for crypto. He definitely didn't believe in crypto, but I do apply what he believed in to my overall portfolio, which includes stocks, crypto, and options. But Charlie Munger stated that if you cannot emotionally or financially handle a 50% decline in your investment portfolio, you are not suited to be a common shareholder and deserve the mediocre market average results you will receive. Basically, if you want, the way I see it is, he's saying that if you want like an average life, you will have an average life, a very average portfolio. That probably goes up like, I don't know, 7% annually if you're even lucky. Most traders don't even get that. So yeah, if you want like mediocre average, then don't take any risks. If you do take the risks, then get ready for those 50% drops. I think that's the point of the quote. And I do apply it. I do apply it to like my own portfolio. I'm just like, okay, I chose this because I do want the upside, but I am risking the downside with everything that I do, because literally no one, no one, doesn't matter how great their portfolio is, how rich they are, because right now a bunch of people are even making fun of Michael Saylor, but they weren't making fun of him so much. Or Tom Lee from Fundstrat, when things are looking good. You just can't be right all the time, and no one is right all the time. High low roller scratcher, Ricky, 126 Bitcoin all-time high. Yeah, okay, so around 120,000. Kind of funny, the number 120-ish. Isn't that 100 and was it $120 ish an ounce? That's for silver, right? Before it crashed. I think it hit like pretty much that high. Mr. Beast was early live on Whatnot today. I know. I was there, bud. I was there. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. On to brighter, on a brighter note, because again, so I just want to talk about it because I do feel like I'm still upset. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like numb to it, but I am still upset. The market is moving so crazily now that I feel like it's starting to disturb my sleep again. When things are flat, I just like I have a better night's sleep. Now if I like wake up in the middle of the night and I like I usually won't. I'll like drink some water or whatever, or get up to use the bathroom. But usually if there's no major news going on and people aren't freaking out and it's not a lot of fear, I'm not gonna go and look at like my portfolio. But now I think like I'll just wake up really early, like even if I had 4 hours of sleep, I'm gonna like look at my phone and be like, whoa, what's going on? Because I'm worried that it dropped more, even though I already told you guys that like I know the overall path and I'm for it. And I don't care if tomorrow I open up my phone and Dogecoin's at like 2 cents. I'm not selling. Like I just know my path. Like I know in my heart that I am willing to diamond hand it until it's at a price that I like and I'll sell it. But I don't want to when it's low. And I feel like watching it so many years, I've only ever regretted selling and I've only ever regretted not buying the dips. So, but my sleep is getting worse lately just because all the swings, including GameStop, right? It's like, but GameStop is kind of exciting in a good way right now, more so than crypto, because at least it's holding the line. And yeah, and I'm also just curious, like, what else is going to drop because it seems like gold, silver, crypto obviously is dropping right now. When will it be the housing market's turn? Not that I have a lot of money to like want to buy a house right now, but I do need a house. So I'd be happy if the housing market eventually drops. Yeah. But that might just not happen. Like it's not like just because everything's dropping right now that the housing market is going to drop too. I mean, I've been waiting for it for years and things aren't going my way. Okay. And then Whatnot. I wanted to talk about Whatnot. I mean, I'm on Whatnot all the time. I'm on Whatnot. Either I'm buying stuff or I'm joining giveaways or I'm hosting live. If you are new here and you've never watched me do a Whatnot live stream, I've started it about, I think, 7 months ago, honestly, less than 7 months ish. You can find it linked down below. I've been on Whatnot and I'm really happy that Mr. Beast is coming to Whatnot because that's honestly adding a lot of traction over there. So I work on Whatnot shows, like other people own the shows and I'm just there to host. And it's fun. I like selling things live. I just find it interesting that lately I've been hearing so many platforms have live streams. I already know, obviously, like before I even found out about Whatnot, I know that TikTok has live sales. And then I'm an eBay seller too, but not like a live eBay seller. I just sell things on eBay, like listing it, you know. But eBay also is testing that out. I've never actually bought anything on an eBay live. And I heard that not all sellers, even if you are a top rated seller, you can get eBay live right away. At least that's so far what I know. So much competition. And like a friend was telling me the other day that there's also Poshmark live. Like I'm never really sold on Poshmark, but I know that Poshmark, I think, do they sell like women's bags or everybody's clothing, jewelry or whatever? I think people go on Poshmark to sell clothes. And I didn't know that they had lives there. So everyone is doing like live sales now. And I think maybe that's why I feel like half a year ago when I was doing the Whatnot shows, sales were better. I feel like sales I've seen kind of a decline. Not a massive, massive decline, but I feel like it's been slower. And one of the possibilities could be there's just so much competition. So really good on Whatnot for I don't know how the heck they got Mr. Beast to do a live show. But if you are new here and you are not on Whatnot, it's an app. I'm actually on it right now. It's an app like this, okay? And okay, he's not doing a giveaway, so I'm going to show you guys what a giveaway looks like. There is Kraken Hits. So those are giveaways. So I could literally click into it and I can enter the giveaway. So that's called a givey in Whatnot terms. And then if I win this giveaway, this store owner, they're just going to send me a gift for free. That's how I got a PS5. Legit. And Mr. Beast is going to be there on Sunday. So if you're not on Whatnot yet, use my link down below. Okay. Use my referral. And when you do, you will be getting, I think, like at least $15 in 10 or 15. Don't quote me. I always forget. But you will be getting like a $10 or $15 credit to spend right away on Whatnot. To buy literally like anything you want. And he's gonna be on it. Like if you search up Mr. Beast right now, actually, it's actually hilarious how many people are on there. Let's see. Yep. If I search up Mr. Beast right now, there's his page. Boom, boom, boom. It's moving like crazy. There's 1,000 people in here. And it says see you tomorrow. So, anyways, the whole thing is if you go on Mr. Beast, he just joined and there's 300,000, almost 300, 291,000 followers right now. 291,000 followers for him on this Whatnot app, because he says giving away 1 million in prizes at the big game 2/8 Super Bowl Sunday, this Sunday. Follow so you can win. But I thought that he was just going to give away stuff on Sunday. And then I heard on other Whatnot shows that he's already given away like Super Bowl tickets and all this stuff. So then I was on it today, and then his friend, is it Chandler or someone? Anyways, his friend was on this page, and then like they gave away I don't know what it's called, a Speedo. I think it's like, it looks like a jet ski, but maybe it's not a jet ski. I don't know. It's like on water. It's like a water bike or something, or like a water. I don't know what it's called. It's called a Sea-Doo, DOO. I'm pretty sure. And they gave away like $9,000 of a bundle, which was pretty sick. I really wanted to win that one. Obviously, I didn't win. But yeah, they were doing giveaways on his thing too, and they weren't even selling anything. They were just like, enter the giveaway. And there was actually, I did take a screenshot, I think. Where's my other phone? Hold on. Let me show you guys. It was actually pretty entertaining. But yeah, right now, even though there's no one like on that page, because they're not there, there's still like 1,000 something people just like watching. It's hilarious. Super, super intense. But his friend was there today. Yeah, gave away like 3 major. Oh, and he like gave away a massage chair. That's what he gave away. Hold on. So I posted on my X. If anyone follows me, you can go and check it out. So there was, I don't think I took a screenshot of that, but wait. I did. I have a picture. Sea-Doo. So you see that 52,000 people were on. 52,000 people were on today when they just gave away like 3 giveaways. Sea-Doo. Oh, it is a jet ski. Oh my God, I'm so done. I'm like, it looks like a jet ski. Maybe Sea-Doo is a brand. I don't know. But they gave away a jet ski basically for their last prize. And I think he said it's worth $13,000. But the first giveaway was this massage chair. And then the next bundle, which I really wanted, is like an arcade machine. I think like a 100-inch TV, a PlayStation, and I think Nintendo Switch. But yeah, that was worth like $9,000 in total. Honestly, I don't know how they're going to ship a jet ski to people. Or maybe they're going to DM folks and be like, you have the option to take this or that. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not winning yet, so I wouldn't know. So yeah, that's what's happening. I'm excited for Sunday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when Mr. Beast is going to be on. So don't miss it. If you're free, you should go check it out. I have to work on Sunday. But I'm gonna watch it and then go work afterwards, still on Whatnot. But I like it. I like Whatnot. Hopefully, well, I mean, he already has 300,000 followers, and I bet some people are new to Whatnot. Hopefully, it brings in more traction. And then to answer, I think I answered you earlier, Jess, that yes, I did buy the dip, and I'm planning on buying more dips. I mean, I just don't like holding cash, and that's just been my thing since I feel like I got into crypto. I'm like, what is the point of cash? And honestly, even if crypto didn't exist, if I have cash, like when I make money, I just end up like, whether it's from YouTube monetizations, thank you guys so much for getting me to almost 65,000 followers here. And those of you guys that actually watch all my long and short videos, but please also check out either this way or this way. Pinned to the top is my second channel. I'm trying to grow a second channel, make it monetize. You could find it either I pinned it or down in the description below. So any money that I make, whether it's through social media or through work or my e-commerce, I just kind of like seeing cash. I'm like really cash poor. I will just either put it in the stock market, or I'll put it in the crypto market. That's pretty much it. I don't really like to hold any cash at all. And then, like, if I really need cash for some reason, I will just take it out of like a trading portfolio, which I don't like to do. So pretty much I'm always like no cash. I just use cash to survive, or like if I have a little bit of money, I'll just use it to like buy a little bit of food or whatever, pay it off, use credit card, pay it off every time. I don't believe in paying interest for credit card. So that's why I don't end up owing any credit card debt. Yeah. So that's the game plan. That's a game plan to hopefully just keep saving, and then one day live off of my portfolio. I already see my portfolio as kind of like my retirement account. Like that's my 401k. The way I see it is I'm building my own retirement plan. And it's not like I want to retire when I'm like 90 or whatever. I'm fine with retiring like next year if I'm allowed to. But even though I say retire, I still love to do like make videos and stuff. So I think YouTube is kind of the thing that I want to do forever. YouTube, TikTok, all these social media platforms. I think that's like what I want to do forever, even if I was like balling rich. And then trading is just fun to me. Now it's like not that much fun. It's like fun, and I'm thankful that I'm still in the green after all these years. But it's not as fun as it could be. Okay. Like I really do just want to reach a new all-time high. And I know it's not the healthiest thing because it's just like anything else in life. Like I'm just trying to get to like my all-time high, my best. And again, I am realistic with the fact that I may never do as good as I once did in 2021. But I have hope that I will keep trying. Maybe one day I'll be old enough, wise enough to make better trading decisions or just hit it big and actually cash out. So I hope the universe will give me like one more chance and I can prove myself better. And by proving myself better, I mean like if I ever get my hands on a not even 20x, like a 10x position, if I don't sell bare minimum the principal plus some, like let's say you put in like 50 grand, right? And it goes to $500,000. The old me would just leave it all in, like the entire principal 50 grand, which turned into 500K. I would just leave it all in there. The new and improved, what I'd like to think I would do, but again, I need to prove it because it's not real until I do it. My new game plan for everything is, let's say something 10x's, 20x's, or like 10x, at least 10x, and it goes from 50 to like 500K. My new game plan is I should at least get out like the 50 grand that I originally put in. That's my principal money. And then maybe like another 50 grand or even like another 30 grand would make me a winner. Even if the whole thing just goes to nothing, because you already took out your principal and some, right? That's kind of how I see it. Have you joined the up scrolled as new TikToks? I don't know what that is. Is that like a new app? Oh my God, is there another app out there? I can't. I don't think I can handle another app. I already have, guys. Because remember how last year people were not leaving TikTok. They thought that TikTok was going to be banned last year. So then a bunch of people hopped onto RedNote, the Chinese app, like the literal Chinese app that my cousin in China uses. And then I went on to RedNote as well. But even though a lot of people abandoned it because they're just back on TikTok afterwards, like after Trump got on and then he was like, we're going to save TikTok. It's a lot of people just like bounce, but I'm still posting there because I'm like, why not? I have like 10,000 followers. Let's just keep it going. I'm not even getting paid on RedNote. Okay. I'm just like, let's just post it. some things I do, I don't know why. Okay. Like I don't know what the end goal of me posting on Red Note even is, but I like to think that somewhere maybe in China, someone is learning English through my silly little game videos. Okay. I like to think that way. Maybe no one is. But there's Red Note that I upload on every day, TikTok, here, YouTube, and Instagram. So I'm already posting on 4 platforms. I was honestly thinking about doing Snapchat because I never really posted social media stuff on Snapchat. But then I'm like, I can't. I just like don't, there's not enough time in a day. I can't hold like a job and do my own business and have another account added to the already 4 social medias that I'm already posting on. Social media is actually a full-time job. Even though I'm not even making like honestly enough money on social media consistently to call it like a job. Yeah, I don't consider it a job because I don't think I make enough to just like survive off of just social media, but some people do. And I think even what I'm doing right now without getting that much rewards from it is tiring. It's like really really hard. So I just have so much respect for anyone that tries to do anything that is new to them because I have no idea what I'm doing for social media because I don't have any friends that do it and can teach me the ropes, like what to do, what not to do. So I'm always like either making mistakes or feeling things out. And it's really hard out here. Okay. Um, and again, it is very saturated. So everyone keeps saying like blah, blah, blah. Like I think 20 years ago, I was told that eBay was very saturated. And I clearly started eBay 20 years after that when I've heard these things. Um, and still I'm doing very, very well. So I would actually say I am doing better like in the overall, if we had to rank things, I'm doing better on like e-commerce, like eBay, for example. And I am as a social media person, like as like a YouTuber, TikToker. Because it's actually because obviously it's like way harder, the way I see it to be making a ton of money, like life-changing money on through social media. But I'll keep trying though, because just what I like to do. Um, anyways, guys, let's just do a little quick read because I'd like to think that I'm right. And that one day, maybe 10 years from now, I will look back at this video and be glad that I held a bunch of things and bought the dip. But right now, fear and greed index is still at, is that like a number 8? I forget what number it's out of. But it's just at extreme fear. It goes red, orange, yellow, and then green. We're at like right here, like pretty much just right flat down here at extreme fear. Yay. And then Bitcoin's at 70,000. Oh, Ethereum. Ethereum's at 2,000. Almost to the lows of last year when I told you guys like in April I picked up Ethereum at 1,500 and I was an idiot in 2025 even though I picked it up for around $1,500. My average was around 1,700 because I bought prior to that. And so my average was around like 1,700 for ETH in April after buying the major dip at around 1,500 in April of 2025 for Ethereum. And then it popped up super quickly to, what was it? Like either like I think it did hit 4,700 or 4,800 for Ethereum, which is basically the old all-time high back in 2021. It hit that in 2025. And I was again just being an idiot and greedy. And I did not sell at 4,800. I end up selling last year because I was trying to do tax loss harvest and just balance everything out. I end up selling, I know over 3,000, but definitely not 3,500. I wasn't that lucky. It was like somewhere between 30, I honestly already forgot, 3,000 and 3,500. Either way, obviously up, but could have been up so much more. And now it kind of freaks me out that Ethereum is at 2,000 again. Because after I sold, I was like, it's never going to reach 1,500 again. Right? And then bam, it's already happening. It's already happening. I hope it doesn't though, for the sake of people that have a lot of ETH that's going to burn. Dogecoin is at number 9. I'm really proud of, okay, you know what? Again, Dogecoin is absolutely amazing for holding out at number 9. Like, how are you at number 9? I don't know. And that's another thing, the community. I just think that there's always going to be a Dogecoin community. And that's my there's so many different reasons why I believe, and I'm just not really good with words. I don't know if you have noticed that. Okay, I'm not really bright with my communication skills, even though I try to make live streams and I talk a lot. Um, but I can't really communicate all the things in my head. So I'm just like, I always say random things that I think of, but there's just so many reasons why I still believe in crypto. And then another thing about Dogecoin, why I believe in it, that's different from Bitcoin, is I still feel like even though, yeah, there's a lot of wealthier people who aren't like what I would consider the little guys, I do think a lot of like little guys, like probably you and I, um, people that are just don't have that much money or like not born into money that hold on to it. Hold on to it and believe that this is like the people's coin. Okay. Cause it was just the first one, the OG, like the meme coin that people could buy into because a lot of the other coins just felt too expensive. And it was funny, you know? So I don't know. I just like that about it. And I think at any point it could still pop just based off of those specific few reasons. And the fact that it can hold at number 9 on the entire coin market cap in 2026 with all this bad news. Yeah, I'm still proud of it. But Dogecoin is at like 9 cents right now, 9.7 cents. I am fully ready for Dogecoin to drop. If it like it's not like I haven't seen it. So even though I'm telling you guys like my overall path, my view, my vision for crypto is it's upwards. That's why I'm holding. I'm willing to buy the dip. It still hurts though when it drops. I am also ready for more drops. Like if I know it looks like it's popping back up, but if Dogecoin in fact goes to 7 cents tomorrow, or then the 2 months after, maybe it goes to 5 cents or 6 cents, I would just be buying more. I'm just excited to buy. Oh, hi there, Dan. I would just be excited to buy more. Bitcoin Cash took over Cardano. Oh, I don't even know let's see. Cardano. Oh, yeah. Oh, what the heck? Bitcoin Cash is at number 10. Oh my God, I'm so blind. I didn't even see that. I was like right under Dogecoin. WTF? That's so strange. I mean, because I stopped buying what's that other one? Litecoin. I stopped buying Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash like around 20 I want to say 2021, 2022, 2023ish. I probably did some swing trades. But those are like really fun when Bitcoin's doing really well. I feel like their charts just kind of mimic Bitcoin, I remember, but I haven't really watched it recently or bought any recently. But they're just like, nah. They don't go up enough for me to like be shocked, but I have a feeling it went up a lot to be here. Oh my God, 523. Where's Litecoin? Where the heck is Litecoin? Oh, Litecoin's at 54. Oh, that's not that good. Okay, Bitcoin Cash is doing way better than Litecoin, but again, you never know. And what was something? Oh, where's XLM? XLM is the one that my SO kept telling me, like, watch it next time because he bought it the last crash. You know how before everything went up in 2025? So during crypto winter before 2025, he bought like a little XLM, didn't tell me to, and I've been upset ever since. Even though I'm like, I don't do financial advice, I don't give financial advice. But then between me and him, I'm like, tell me. I'm like, you tell me what is good, and I will decide if I want to do it or not. But yeah, I want to get some XLM. It's only a number 19 right now, 16 cents. Kind of want everything to crash more, honestly. Is that bad that I'm so crazy? I want everything to drop. I think it's just because I've seen it drop so many times. I'm kind of like it's low, but since I want to buy the dip, I might as well buy the dip at a lower price. You know, again, like I said, Ethereum's at 2,000 in April of last year. It was at 1,500. Then it went near the end of the year at 4,800. Honestly, it didn't even take long. From my memory, buying the dip at 1,500 for ETH 2025 when everybody was freaking out, it took like less than 3 to 4 months for me to see like a major profit. I could have already sold, but then I was greedy and I didn't, and I waited till later. XRP crash harder. I saw someone on the news talk about crypto today, something about XRP and how they really need the guidelines to work out for them or something like that. But I'm team XRP right now. And it's because I originally believed in XRP, but then I kept buying and like swing trading and stuff. And then I got really mad at myself because I held on to them. I held on to XRP even through like when they were being sued and then everything didn't work out for them. I held on to it even though a lot of people I knew sold it because I'm like, Japan at the time, right? Like when they were doing the lawsuit in America, Japan had already said that it is not basically like not a stock. Sorry, my lingo is getting worse and worse. Basically, I think the entire argument is that the entire argument before was they were trying to prove that XRP was it the SEC? Yeah, the SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, was trying to say that XRP is kind of like a not a commodity. But then I think they proved that it was. Hold on, I have to Google that. What was the results? Results were good. Results for XRP. I don't even know what year it was. But basically, I waited all the way till XRP won that lawsuit against SEC. But then I ended up selling it way too low. And it popped. As of August 2025. Oh my gosh, was that when? Ripple Labs largely prevailed in its multi-year lawsuit with the SEC. The U.S. Second Circuit Court officially dismissed the SEC's appeal in early 2026, finalizing a 2023 ruling that XRP itself, not a security, that they're not a security, meaning like they're not like a stock. Though some institutional sales were deemed unlawful, resulting in a $125 million penalty. But anyways, it was not a security. In 10 years, if Bitcoin is at 40K, then you all can say Dan was wrong. Wait, what? So are you saying, Dan, 5 to 10 years, you'll see? So you're bullish. Okay, you're bullish. Well, I mean, in 10 years, I hope I'm still doing live streams with you guys in 10 years. Okay, guys, hang around for 10 years. Let's see what happens. Probably have kids within those 10 years. But yeah, I would still be for Bitcoin in 10 years. If it goes to 40 grand, I don't think that's okay. What's the lowest you guys think Bitcoin is going to be? Let's see here. I haven't done a poll in forever. Because word on the street is some people think it's going to 0 or 30,000. Lowest you think BTC is dropping? Let's just call it this winter. Even though I don't want to say winter, I am so optimistic. I just like to think everything is going to work out. That I literally had this conversation with one of my best friends last year. Okay, she bought into Bitcoin. And I was trying to tell her that I think 2025 is the ultimate top for Bitcoin. Like it was going to hit, I thought it was going to hit like more than 130,000 or something, right? And then I told her I think 2026 is bearish because 2027 should be crypto winter. And then she was telling me like, no, not really, like the cycle's broken. But then even though I said that to her, I'm like, no, I still, yeah, like I hope the cycle is broken and that we have more surprisingly up days and years for Bitcoin compared to previous cycles. And then look at us now, still on the verge of being crashing down to maybe 50,000. I think a lot of people are saying 50,000, but I want to know what you guys think. Lowest you think Bitcoin is dropping this winter? This could be winter, but if it's so crazy and if the cycle is broken, maybe it'll end like May or June. Like it's so manipulated by humans that I can't even, or like everything in our world, whether it's inflation, the housing prices, interest rates, it's just literally decided by other human beings. So you can't really say that everything, it doesn't even make sense to believe that everything has to follow a cycle because it's just fickle. Lowest you think Bitcoin is dropping to this year? I'll give you guys a couple options. 0 for the dramatic folks, 30,000, 30K, 50K, And, oh, sorry, guys. Brain's not working. 40K. Yeah. You can vote on that. Like, I don't think we're going to go to 40,000. I think 50,000 would be the lowest. I think 50,000 would be the lowest for Bitcoin to drop. What do you guys think? But I'm okay with it just going up from here. Like, would I like it to drop more so I could buy the dip and maybe one day have a whole Bitcoin or 2 Bitcoins? Would love that. But I'm also okay if things just stop dropping and it goes back up. People saying Bitcoin crashed, but it's at 60K. 60K is wild good in my opinion. That is still so high. Well, it depends. It depends. The last all-time high was 69,000 the previous cycle, which was in 2021 November. Bitcoin was at 69,000 all-time high, and that was like shocking. And then now people aren't as happy because obviously it went to, what did you guys just say in the chat? Like 126, right? What was it? I just remember 120. So whatever, 120,000 something per Bitcoin. 126, Ricky said. So 126,000, we are more than 50% down since it did hit like around 60 grand. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad because it's Bitcoin and it's held so well before this major crash. Yeah, I think 40K is possible, but I don't know. Oh, what is everyone voting? Wow, you guys are pessimistic. 30,000? I can't. Oh my gosh. Oh, if it goes to 30,000, I'm buying like 3 Bitcoins, guys. That's it. If it goes to 30,000, I'm buying like 3 Bitcoins and I'm just going to close my eyes, put it into a wallet and not look again until like 10 years later. And then we'll see. Then we'll see who's right. But who knows? At this point, nobody knows the future. I mean, we never really knew what was going to go down. It's just up to the whales at this point. I don't think any whales would ever be watching my videos, but please make Dogecoin and Bitcoin, everything, ETH go up, everything that I have. Doge, Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, and then there's a lot of random ones I don't even remember. I have certain wallets that I just don't want to look at because I know it's not up. I bought way too many meme coins over the years, guys. It burns. I pretty much, burned through all that could have been Bitcoin money or could have been a nice BMW money. All right, guys, I'm going to go and work hard again so I can make more money and then put it into this crazy Bitcoin crash. Hopefully I'll make more as it crashes more. I keep buying the dip. But honestly, oh, did you guys hear another rumor? There was another rumor that Caroline, I forgot her last name, but basically she was like SBF's girlfriend. They said that she came out of jail or whatever. I don't even know if this is true. I don't follow any of her news. I thought she came out a long time ago, but there's rumors online, again, just probably for jokes and rumors, that she sold off after she came out. And that's why everything dropped. I don't think that's actually the case. But it's just funny how all of this is happening at around the same time. Oh, and then there's that other saying. This is on, you can see it on Bitcoin Magazine. Bithumb accidentally sends large amounts of Bitcoin to users, triggers price crash amid market sell-off. So they're saying that I guess this company is a South Korea-based cryptocurrency exchange. Again, never heard of them. Bithumb, like thumb, reportedly made an operational mistake that led to an accidental deposit of large amounts of Bitcoin to user accounts during a promotional event. The exchange had planned to distribute small cash rewards through a random box event at around 6 p.m. Winners were supposed to receive between 20,000 and 50,000 Korean won, which I don't think is a lot of money. Instead, staff reportedly entered the payment unit as Bitcoin rather than won. I guess as a result, some users received at least 2,000 BTC each, worth roughly 196 billion won per person. Yep. So there's also that if you want to go look that up. again, there's just so many theories out there on like why this crash happened. But if you've honestly been in crypto this whole entire time, there's no need for why. It just happens. And then tomorrow it can go to 100K. That's not stopping it the next month from going down to 50 grand or 20 grand. All I know is, you guys are at 50K now. So, anyways, I predict we're not going to 40,000. I'll make another video when we do go to 40,000. That's going to be a very sad video. Because let's be real, I care more about Dogecoin than I do Bitcoin. Okay. So, the way I see it is if Bitcoin is going to go to 30,000 or 40,000, that's like more than half, right, of what it is now. And Dogecoin is at 9 cents right now. We're pretty much going to be looking at 4 cents Dogecoin, or maybe even 3 cents. And so I'm not going to be a happy camper when that day comes, but it just might. I still will buy more. I just don't want to, I don't see myself selling because I held out through the 5-6 cents before. I lived it. The way I see it is even if it goes there, or let's say during the next couple of months, everything crashes, I'm able to get my hands on like a whole entire Bitcoin or 2 or 3 Bitcoins, I would just diamond hand it. What else am I going to do? I don't believe in selling in the red. I hate doing that. Like, unless I absolutely, like for medical emergencies, I needed to like get my hands on 100 grand or something. I don't think I would ever sell when what I have long term I believe in. When I say long term, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to wait 10 to 20 years, but long term I believe in it. I wouldn't get rid of it just because everyone is saying it's going down to zero. And now obviously, like, all day when I was scrolling through Instagram, it's just like they're kicking you when you're down. All day when I'm scrolling through Instagram, all I see is, and I repost this on my story, at Livingwithluci123. If you're not following me, please do so on Instagram too. I post stories, mostly memes. But there's so many memes. I didn't post all of it, but there's a lot of people putting in the headlines right now. How, remember NFT, the NFT moment in 2021? Was it 2021 or 2022? I forget. I feel like it's 2021 ending, maybe beginning of 2022. But the NFT moment when, what's his name? I forgot it. Bebot? That artist? The artist that sold his NFT art. It's just like it's like a big mural looking thing of all his art. I forgot his name, guys. You know who I'm talking about, right? He sold his NFT for 69 million, and they're saying, did I screenshot this? Oh, there it is. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. Beeple, not Bibot. Beeple. Beeple? Is that how you pronounce it? Beeple sold this NFT 5 years ago for 60. Oh my god, it's 5 years, guys. For 69 million. Today it's only worth $19,000. So this isn't the only, this is from Investing Simplified. So this isn't the only piece of just kind of dig at NFT people that I've seen today. I've seen like 20 of these. So I don't know. I feel like the internet is kicking crypto people while we're down. I'm not really an NFT person, although I will defend NFT in this way. I have the only, and I might have some random NFTs that like people sent me, but nothing of value. The only NFT that I do have, I might have linked it down below, is, you guys might have heard me talk about Chubby Cattle. So Chubby Cattle is a company in America, and no, yes, it's a restaurant in America called Chubby Cattle, but they are owned by like a parent company called Chubby Group. You can look it up. And so basically 2 years now, I've had an NFT that I bought off of Chubby Group. And so it's an actual NFT. It's actually cute. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's an actual NFT. Yes, it's technically art, but I didn't buy it for art reasons. I could sell it as well, but it's not for art purposes. It is for the purpose of me using it at the restaurant. So remember that they did a lot of that too. That's why like NFTs blew up, because they were like, this is the future, all restaurants. And I think one point everyone was saying that restaurants in New York were doing it too. And like you if you owned an exclusive NFT, you can go to exclusive places, boats, restaurants, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the heck happened to those NFTs. But all I know is, oh, I've been a member since 2024 only. So, anyways, in 2024, I bought my, this is when like ETH, they were selling it in ETH values, but I pay with like a credit card. So I pay with cash regardless. And this NFT basically allows me their restaurant, so long as it's not bankrupt, as long as this all their company restaurants under running, my NFT, which I paid $2,000 for, it's called the Chubby Group, Chubby Club or Chubby Group Gold NFT. You could search it up. But I pay like $2,000 for it in 2024. And I do believe in NFTs in the sense that once I have this NFT that is entirely mine, it's just kind of like getting exclusive access to like discounts for life or food. At least with this restaurant, that's how they did it. And I love it. I already made back like my $2,000 from all the perks that I received from having it. I already made it back. And I have more perks for the rest of my life. So it's only been 2 years. So I do believe in NFT. I think right now is just maybe not the moment, or maybe not the not enough people that are marketing it in the proper way. It just hasn't really had its moment. But after having it for 2 years, I personally really like it, and I see this as the future. So long as the economy is good and people are going out to like, I don't know, to eat and Disneyland or whatever, as long as people are doing social activities outdoors and companies want to provide you some form of like an exclusive subscription, they can go the NFT route if they want to. But to be honest, they call this like an NFT because there's only supposed to be like a limited amount. I think under 8,888 or something. Don't quote me. Do your own DD as always. But technically it could also just be like it doesn't have to be an NFT. It could be like an exclusive. My NFT is transferable. Like I can sell it. And I've actually met someone that said that they sold theirs similar to mine, but wait, no. Mine is a gold NFT. Yeah, someone sold their black NFT for like, I don't know, like 40 or $80,000, I think. Mine, I paid $2,000 for it in 2024. And then last time, and I spoke to someone that works there, they said that I could probably sell it for at least like $4,000 to $8,000. So it definitely could also go up in value. So I like the way that, at least how this NFT is working out for me. I could see myself, if I have more money in the future, to want to pay for like an NFT if it garners me access to maybe like a theme park, like lifetime 20% off theme parks or something like that. I feel like Disney should honestly get into it. Smoke in the background. No, it's just my humidifier, guys. It's just my humidifiers. It's really dry. Nobody ever thought a cheap Pokemon from 1999 would be worth more than a Bitcoin, because you never know. Yep. You never know, guys. Let's leave it at that. I'll check in with you guys in 10 years. Just kidding. I will definitely, hopefully we don't do a video when it crashes. But I will. Or when it goes back up, or when something major happens to GME. I'm honestly kind of, my mind's out of it. Like I don't really, every time crypto drops, I'm just like, okay, focus on something else, because we've been here before. I'm not going to cry about it. Never really did. So now my main focus is more on like GameStop. I'm just really curious what Ryan Cohen has up his sleeve. So I'm more focused on GameStop, and then more just focused on like my own business, e-commerce and stuff like that. So anyways, guys, have a lovely weekend. Take care. What did I want to leave you guys off with? Be brave, and just don't freak out when everyone is trying to psych you out and freak you out, because you don't want to buy high, sell low. And be kind out there, okay? Take care of yourselves. Be kind to everyone around you, because you never know what they're going through. Maybe they bought Bitcoin at 120 grand and they're just having a crappy day every day right now, okay? Bye, guys. Thank you. And smash that like, okay? Subscribe and check out all my other stuff.